Hello and welcome to another episode of This Week in the Tech News, and it seems as though we're getting closer to some more tasty releases from AMD. AMD's latest Raven Ridge APUs have been spotted up for pre-order on some random Eastern European tech website. Now the part that's been listed is called the 2400G, which is the higher end of the two CPUs. It's going to be a quad-core 8-thread CPU. It's going to have a TDP of about 65 watts, and it's going to have a base clock of 3.6 gigahertz, which is quite high, and it means that it might be fairly competitive in the kind of lower-end CPU space. And then it comes bundled with Vega 11 graphics. Now, what the 11 means is that it's got 11 shader clusters in it, which totals to about 706 shader cores. I think this is going to be an amazing option for budget gamers who are just getting into PC gaming and don't want to shell out a huge amount of cash for it. They've also listed a 2200G, which is just a quad-core part. It doesn't have simultaneous multi-threading, and then it has a Vega 7 GPU bundled with it, which means it's only got 7 shader clusters. But again, it's going to be cheaper and it might be a very good option for entry-level gamers. Oh yeah, and the price that they listed for the 2400G was up at around €116. Now, one of the disappointing things about the Raven Ridge release is that as far as all the information that I can find on the internet, this new kind of series of CPUs isn't going to be using the new Zen Plus architecture. It's still going to be using the older one, which is a bit disappointing because they might have been able to boost that base clock up from 3.6 gigahertz and seen a little bit of higher performance. But I still think it's going to be a great APU release. Let me know in the comments below what you think of Raven Ridge and if you're going to be spending money on it anytime soon. Now, moving on to Microsoft, there are rumors running around that Microsoft is killing off a version of Windows that was called Windows S. Now, this version of Windows was announced some point last year, and it's essentially a cut-down version of Windows which you would use on things like tablets and so on. And what it did was you could only use software in Windows S that you could get on the Microsoft Store. Now, the thinking behind this is that obviously there's lower kind of running requirements for something like a tablet, and it would also reduce vulnerabilities because, well, there isn't just compatibility for all this software that can be used to turn your PC into Satan and have it steal all your cryptocurrencies from you or whatever. But they're not completely killing off the idea of Windows S. What they're going to do is they're going to introduce it as kind of like a toggle in Windows 10, so that if you want to run it in Windows S mode, you can potentially do that. And finally, in a story that's made me feel really old, Best Buy has announced that they're no longer going to be carrying CDs. And by CDs, I mean music on CDs, blank CDs, just any form of CD-based thing. Now, they've said that there's just not enough profit in it anymore, which is really weird because in the heyday of CDs, when everybody was buying CD-based everything, apparently Best Buy was one of the biggest retailers of CDs around. And now they're just saying there's no point in staying in that game anymore. They want to clear up shop space. Now, what's also going to be happening is Target, which is a different American retailer that I've never been in, is also going to be slowly but surely getting rid of CDs in their shops because, well, nobody's buying CDs anymore because you can just download music. Why would you not do that? Now, that brings me to the end of the video. If you like the video, do like and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And do let me know in the comments below if there are any videos that you'd like to see me make in the future, or what you think about the news stories in the video today. Anyways, thank you very much. Bye-bye.